And so off the tip, it's Brooklyn. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. They've got Trae Young. Mutombo is out there with Wilkins. And it's Hagan in at the shooting guard position. Now, here's Bridges. Drills it from outside. Bridges has got the opening basket of the game for the Nets.
Well, we know Mikal Bridges can connect from distance. This guy has become a consistent threat from deep.
Young's shot is off. 3-on-3. Here's Schroeder. Out to Bridges. Wilkins brings the double team. Here's Finney-Smith. Hits the three-point bomb.
Now, Dorian Finney-Smith increasingly efficient offensively. Good feel for when to rise and fire.
Young for three. Again, Young missing. We've seen a quick start here for the Nets. Wasted no time on that one.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
That's not coming with the right mentality. The defender neither closes the space nor challenges the shot. That's frustrating as a coach, boy.
Again, Young missing.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
Thomas, that's good.
And beginning to take charge of this game. This could be a crucial point.
Well, working hard, building out a small lead, but you can't afford any kind of letdown here.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. Knocked away. Bennett the pass to Young. They need this. Here's Hagan. The three. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Oh, that's a great find by Mutombo. A guy who always seems to make the right play.
Schroeder against Young. Here's the lob to the hoop.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Schroeder against Young. To the middle. And it's Pettit missing.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Out to Bridges. Beyond the arc. That's good. It's Thomas picking up the assist. Bridges has got 6.
And you know what? They've been on a nice run here. Had the ability to widen the gap. Now they are rolling.
This is a dominant stretch. I am so impressed with how they've played together as a unit over this last stretch.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
Here's Pettit. And again, it's Atlanta.
An excellent ball movement. Young being unselfish.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Schroeder against Young. Schroeder passes to Claxton. Here's Finney-Smith. Inside, here's Bridges. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist. 8 points for him.
Boy, that was quick. Already out to a double-digit lead.
Wow, they've come out strong. Control the pace, assert their will. Nice.
Now, here's Mutombo. Scoreless thus far. Here's Pettit. In Atlanta again with the bucket.
And points in the paint are a sure thing when Pettit's on the floor. He's just got too much game down low. He may not have the bulk of some of the other guys, but it doesn't matter.
Schroeder against Young. And that one's good. Schroeder.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Here's Hagan. He has 6, and he's good on the 3 ball.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Schroeder. They're leading by 8. But Trey, and again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Every team in search of players with the skill set. Dorian Finney-Smith, the prototypical 3. And yes, he can D as well.
Schroeder against Young. Puts it up. A rebound by the Nets.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Here's Young after the basket by Brooklyn. Passes it to Pettit. The basket good off the assist from Young. Pettit's got 6 points.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
Picked by Finney-Smith. Throws it up high and finished off by Finney-Smith.
This guy's such a difference maker. Dennis Schroeder is so dangerous in pick-and-roll situation, dribble handoffs. This guy is the straw that stirs the drink.
And so it's Atlanta with it, following the bucket by the Nets. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And it's Dikembe with the jam.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this lead.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark. It's good.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
First team. Coming up for the Hawks, Joe Johnson, Lou Hudson, Jeff Teague.
5 seconds left to play here in the first. Here's Hagan. His three-pointer's off the mark. And so it's Brooklyn looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Brooklyn?
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
I think the other thing they've done a great job of is making their presence felt inside, converting tons of paint opportunities.
Nicholas Claxton out there with Dorian Finney-Smith. Then it's Bridges. Then it's Thomas. And it's Schroeder in at the point guard. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Trae Young has been talking smack from a young age. He said if I was doing something nice, I wanted to let them know about it. Once he got to the NBA, Trae says, I was more of a fan of the guys I was going against. Once I got out of that mindset and started being competitive, talking a little trash, that's when everything clicked. Kevin?
David, not shy at all. Thank you. In the corner, Finney-Smith with it. Just 5 on the clock. Bridges for 3. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
How about the range from Mikal Bridges? Not intimidated by the extra distance.
Here's Hagan. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Nets leading by 13. Right side, Thomas. Bridges outside. Shoots over Johnson. Again, the Nets for 2.
What a wingspan on this young man. Able to get up and over defenders. Nice opportunity on the jump shot.
Hudson kicks to Johnson. Pass to Hagan. Teague deciding where to go with it. Out to the right wing. Johnson outside. There's the triple. It's hauled in by Claxton.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball on the three-point lane.
Dorian Finney-Smith using that athleticism, the size, the length, the rim touch to go through contact. Nicely done.
Outside Teague. Willis with a screen on Schroeder. Here's Teague. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Here's Bridges. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Now a timeout called by Atlanta. And a whole new lineup here for Brooklyn. Smith against Young. Will it go? Rebounded by the Nets.
No idea why he's attempting so many outside shots. It's not his day, and he needs to either look to drive or get it to an open teammate.
Pass to Sharp, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Josh Smith, he's checked in for the Hawks.
Number 5, Josh Smith.
The Hawks trail by 19. Young outside. To the paint. Here's Pettit. The rebound by Sharp.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
The kick out to Walker for the 3. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm. And you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
Young with no one around. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
Brooklyn shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. The first one falls. Hudson's checked in for Johnson. And so Walker nails both of them. Guys, nothing has really come easy for them today.
Yeah, definitely not their best basketball.
Atlanta calls timeout. Can they get it? And the rejection by Smith.
Wow, you don't see Dennis Smith Jr. block a shot every game, but man, he's got some vertical.
Nets passing it around. There's a good screen. Watford passes to Sharp. Kicks it out to Johnson. Just 3 to shoot. Hands it from downtown. Johnson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. 1:27 left to play here in the half. Hudson dishes to Young. Puts up a deep 3. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession.
Coming out of the fourth Hawks, Dikembe Mutombo.
And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. Now the pass to Sharp. Here's Watford. Johnson in the corner. The 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Johnson's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Nets. Hagan passes to Young. There's 49 seconds left to play in the first half. There's a screen. Hagan. The kick out to Young. It's Young on the wing. Knocks down the 3 ball. Young's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And this is what Young is known for, a knockdown threat from downtown.
To the inside. Watford, that's good.
Of the two offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
And I think because of that, they've gotten the better looks to start this basketball game.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Hagan driving to the basket. The shot, no good. Passes it to Watford. To the paint. And Johnson with the stop.
How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets leading by a full 31 points at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And we'll be right back after this. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. What a game we're seeing from Mikal Bridges.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
On the court for Atlanta, we've got Mutombo. Dominique Wilkins out there with Young. And it's Pettit in at the power forward. Here's Finney-Smith. Thomas against Young. Unloads. And it's Brooklyn scoring again.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And it's Pettit missing.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Back to Finney-Smith. In the corner, it's Bridges. Thomas kicks to Finney-Smith. 5 on the clock. For 3, Bridges. And the Nets, another 3.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. The Nets have been forced to pivot from their star-crossed super team era. The what-ifs are fading into the rearview mirror. Now it's people like Mikal Bridges that are going to form the next new era. And rest assured, this team has dug its way out of far worse. With the draft assets and two-way talent on their roster, their aim is to remain competitive. Kevin?
And I think they are. David, thank you for the report. And you have to like how they're moving the ball right now.
Snappy passes to ready shooters. It's basketball 101. But boy, is it working.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
And I think it's been all about their offensive efficiency, shooting the lights out in this quarter.
Pass to Hagan. Here's Pettit. Good, he hits the jump shot. Pettit's got 8. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Thomas deciding where to go with it. Schroeder outside. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Bridges for 3. And the Nets another 3.
I'll tell you, right now, these guys cannot be stopped.
Boy, it looks like their confidence is at an all-time high, just feeding off each other right now.
And that one drops for him. He's got 10.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead.
On its way from Young for 2. Mutombo kicks to Wilkins. They set the pick. Hagan passes to Pettit. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Pettit's got 4 points in the quarter.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball in rhythm.
Schroeder up top, defended by Young. Uses the glass to finish the lane.
Boy, we think of Dennis Schroeder as a natural-born scorer, but there he does a great job passing the basketball.
Young against Schroeder. Pass to Hagan. Launches it from deep. And it's Finney Smith with the rebound. It's stolen. Young outside, from outside the arc. Rebounded by the Nets.
He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
And they call an illegal screen here.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Teague is checked in for Young. Teague, the pass to Hagan. Here's Pettit, defended by Bridges. Here's Hagan. Traps in the tray. Hagan's got 15 points.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Teague against Schroeder. Bridges outside. Outside Thomas. Stolen by Wilkins. Down low. Here's Teague. And it's slammed in by Teague.
How about the little man's ability to get up? What a vertical by Jeff Teague.
Outside Thomas. Here's the screen. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
And ever since halftime, they've played precision basketball offensively.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about at the halftime. They have valued each possession.
Into the lineup for the Hawks. Kevin Willis, Joe Johnson, Lou Hudson.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Schroeder passes to Claxton. And they're moving it up. Johnson, a wide open look. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Johnson's got his first basket.
We know Joe Johnson is a dynamite scorer from the mid-range. You better stay attached to him in that area.
Hudson against Thomas. Over Hudson. And the basket by Thomas. 12 points for him.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
And so it's Brooklyn, sitting at a lead of 40 points at the end of the quarter. Terrific play. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. Right back after this break. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. They've got Dorian Finney-Smith. Thomas is out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then there's Nicholas Claxton. And it's Bridges in at the 3. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Here's Young. It's deflected.
Wow, twice on the pipes from Dennis Schroeder. Woohoo!
And the rejection by Smith. Now Young. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Schroeder. Bridges against Hudson. Outside Thomas. Back to Bridges. Shot clock at 6. That's good. It's Thomas picking up the assist. Thomas got 6 assists now in the game.
This is what you call putting it all together on the offensive end. Go ahead, Mikal Bridges.
Here's Young. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. For 3, Bridges. Rebound, Atlanta. Johnson inside. He's guarded by Schroeder, and it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way.
Substitutions on the court.
We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Young against Smith, and he lobs it up.
And this is what they're asking for from Dennis Smith Jr. Keep your eyes up and be ready to make a play for your teammates.
And so Young will bring it up for Atlanta. And the foul on Dennis Smith Jr. That's his first foul. And the Hawks making a change here. Mutombo's checked in.
Now into the lineup for the Hawks. Number 55, Dikembe Mutombo.
On defense, the Nets. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Johnson can't get it to go.
All alone from mid-range. They know he won't miss many of those.
Johnson finds Smith. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Trae Young.
Well, make no mistake, Dennis Smith Jr. is not afraid of a little contact.
And the Hawks making a change here. Smith hits them both. Atlanta with the ball. They have yet to put up any points here in the fourth. Young looking it over. Shot to stop the run. Bangs home the trifecta.
This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Here's Johnson. Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
Yeah, that's a great setup. Screen the defender off and let him elevate.
Oh, right. And wasn't the timing ideal? My goodness, the D with no chance to react.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
The pass to Sharp. On the wing, Johnson launches a three. Mutombo grabs the board.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Young against Smith. Takes the three. Young's shot is off.
You've got to find a way to get yourself going in some other way because hoisting from three is not the answer.
The kick out to Walker. Back to Smith. The three from Johnson. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Smith's got 4 assists now tonight.
Boy, it's passes like that one that make you want to run the offense through Smith Jr. Skill set has never been in question.
Wilkins wide open, and he fires. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Watford, the rebound by Hagan. Here's Atlanta now. Young for three. Another three for Atlanta.
Just a threat to score off the dribble. Young is crafty at assessing the defense and exploiting them.
1:49 left to play in the final quarter. Watford passes to Johnson. And the Nets, another three.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
And he hasn't forced much tonight. I love the efficiency he's giving to them.
A nice shot by Hagan. 1:33 left in the fourth quarter. Here's the screen. Out to the wing. Here's Watford. They get it back. Smith outside. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Fires for three. Watford, that's good.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
Well, credit the offense, though. If you're going to come with casual defensive effort, this team's responsibility is to take advantage, and they do.
And it's Dikembe with the jam.
You can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
No doubt. It felt like they were a little tight for much of the evening. Now they're in a better flow, but it may be too little too late.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
The kick out to Wilkins. No good on the three. They are enjoying the commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
Young against Smith. And here is Johnson. Here's the floater. And the shot goes down.
And Johnson doesn't lack confidence attacking inside. I just love watching him go to work down low.
Johnson, that's for two. From out on the wing, he knocks it down.
Boy, the bucket's been 5 feet wide for him. He's dropping everything in.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Olney, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. As we leave you with our New Balance Player of the Game, Mikal Bridges.